Okay, hello. I have just watched the Knuckles show, as in like the entire show. And I've seen it get so much like hate on the internet, so I thought I'd give my 2 cents and give my review. Now, I actually really enjoyed the show, honestly. So, this video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the show, then probably don't watch this video, or if obviously you just don't care, then just watch this video anyway. But so the show follows Knuckles training Wade, the dude from the first two movies. He was like barely in either of them. He was like the other police officer guy. Anyway, so he's training Wade to be a warrior because he thinks Wade is going to enter like this sort of trial by combat fighting tournament or something. But then he realizes Wade's actually entering a bowling tournament. But by this point, Knuckles has like already agreed to train Wade, so he agrees to help Wade prepare for this bowling tournament. And meanwhile, Knuckles and Wade are getting like chased down and attacked by the Guardian Unit of Nations, or GUN, from the games, and obviously they were in the second movie as well. And these two agents, specifically one played by Kid Cudi and the other one played by the person who plays the other one. Because I honestly have completely forgotten what the actress's name is that plays the other one. But anyway, so they're getting chased down by the two agents. And these agents are equipped with like really cool gear. Oh yeah, by the way, I can't like show footage of the show because this will get copyrighted, so you're just gonna have to deal with this terrible gameplay of me trying to play Sonic Origins. But anyway, so yeah, they're getting chased by these two characters who are outfitted with honestly such cool equipment, because Kid Cudi gets these like gloves which give him like Knuckles punching power, and the woman gets this like Star Wars-esque like laser rifle thing. That one like kind of seems a bit like weird, but you know, it is what it is. I guess it's fine. But they also get this other really cool thing, because you know, in the second movie, Sonic loses all of his rings in like the middle of the Arctic or wherever. Well, at some point after that movie, GUN go to there and collect Sonic's rings. So now they just have like access to the Sonic like ring portals. Wait, how did I die? Okay, so anyway, they have access to the Sonic ring portals themselves. So they have this gun which just shoots like the rings and just allows them to like open portals. And I thought that was like so cool. Like genuinely, I thought like that like ring gun was such a cool thing. I really hope it comes back in a future movie. I don't think it will, but I really hope it does because it was awesome. But anyway, so yeah, they're chasing down Knuckles, and like a lot of people on the internet have also been complaining this show didn't really give like much lore or anything. It wasn't really marketed to. Like, if I'm going to be honest, it was marketed as sort of Knuckles equivalent to the first Sonic movie, which is exactly what it is, really. It is just kind of Knuckles equivalent to the first Sonic movie. If you kind of... It is about the tone of that and about as accurate to the video games as that movie, to be honest. But I liked it. But it does give some lore, because you find out that this woman agent was the person that planned the fake wedding in the second movie. So I thought that was actually like quite cool. And she also researched like aliens before Sonic arrived on Earth. And then once Sonic did arrive on Earth and was like pardoned for his like actions at the end of the second movie, she then quits GUN because she still views Sonic as like this evil threat that will like one day take over the world or something. I don't know. So she she then becomes like a mercenary as this like Kid Cudi's character, and they work for this like Scottish scientist guy who used to work for Eggman, and their goal was to capture Knuckles and use his like quills to power this giant like mech thing. Who's it? I'm not really sure what it is. It's like in the final episode. I'm still not 100% sure what it's supposed to be. If it was supposed to be based off one of the bosses in one of the games. If it was, I didn't recognize it. But anyway, so they try and steal Knuckles' quills like throughout the show, as Knuckles and Wade are trying to do this bowling tournament like arc. And I know a lot of people, as I said, are going to complain they focus way too much on like the humans, because Wade is very much equally as much of a main character. But I didn't mind that, to be fair, because Wade, I never cared for him in the other movies, because he was barely in them. And when he was in them, he didn't really do anything, and was just kind of annoying, if I'm going to be honest. But in the Knuckles show, I actually found him really endearing. Like, I actually really liked his character. I genuinely got, like, unironically invested in this, like, bowling tournament. Because, like, at the end, in, like, the final episode and stuff, most of the final episode is just, like, this bowling tournament. It's not actually, like, Knuckles fighting stuff, which I know, like, a lot of people complain about, and I do agree. I think the final episode should have been, longer. Wait, can I just climb up this level? But I agree the final episode should have been longer, so Knuckles could have, like, fought stuff more. But, I didn't, as I said, was still, like, quite actually unironically interested in this, like, bowling tournament. And, Wade's family is introduced in this show too. His sister is, like, the worst character to ever be put to screen. His sister can actually unironically go commit falling off the stage. Yeah, his sister sucks. But his mother I actually thought was a good character. And it was also nice to get Wade, like, more kind of development in the point of, like, seeing his life outside of Green Hill Zone. Because, obviously, like, Tom and Maddie, I finally remembered her name. Like, it's taken me this long to even know what Tom's girl is actually called, if I'm going to be honest with you. But anyway, you know that, like, obviously because they were just always in Green Hill Zone, you never see them do anything outside of Green Hill. They do actually dub it Green Hill Zone in the show, because, like, obviously it's just called Green Hills in, like, the movies, not Green Hill Zone. But in this show, they do actually address it as Green Hill Zone, which I also thought was cool. It doesn't necessarily make too much sense in the point of it being real life, not a video game level, but I was still, you know, the reference was nice. I'll take the reference. And also, like, they do kind of go on, like, a road trip around quite a lot of America, because they go to, like, this area in, like, the Nevada desert that I never even heard of till I've seen the show, and I've already forgotten what it was called. But anyway, so, you do get to see, like, a lot of other places in the world, which was nice. Knuckles is, like, grandfather or whatever, like, the chief guy from the video games, he's in this as, like, a Force ghost. I thought that was really cool. I wish he was in it more, but I do think, like, with him appearing in it, that they might actually, like, be setting up to put Chaos in, like, a movie or something. So I was very pleased with him. Because he's only in 2 episodes, unfortunately, and I really wished he was in more. Panchamakau, or whatever his name is. I literally don't even remember what his name was. It's something like that. Yeah, I wish he was in it more, but I really liked his character too. I completely forgot he had to run away from lava in this level. And it's that the villains were pretty good. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there. My recording just stopped for a couple of seconds. But anyway, like, my one thing I will say is the 4th episode was really strange. Like, I'm not gonna spoil what happens in the 4th episode, if you because it's so absolutely bizarre that you need to see it for yourself. Like, it is something you have to see for yourself. It is so, so strange. It also, in then, like, looking on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it these days, after the show came out to see, what other people were thinking about it and then realizing everybody hated it. The fourth episode also, like, retcons, Sonic 06 out of existence. Like, it basically says that in this universe, Sonic 06 never happened. Which I also think is, like, so funny. Because that game was just, like, so poorly received, they're just not even going to adapt it in this universe. They're just like, yeah, Sonic 06 didn't happen in this universe. Well, it, like, technically kinda happened, but, like, also not really. So, yeah, I thought that was just so jokes that they're just like, yeah, we're just going to retcon Sonic 06 out of history. Although I still hope they do put Silver in this universe, like, somehow else, because Silver is my favourite character. And with them, like, basically retconning Sonic 06, I'm now, like, afraid that Silver will never get to be in this universe, which will make me very sad. So, hopefully they still do adapt Silver. Yeah, obviously, as I said, this is, like, a much more, light-hearted, like, tone. It is kind of a comedy, a lot of the time. But I think the comedy works. I laughed a lot while watching the show, honestly. Like, I did genuinely find it, like, really funny. I could just run across lava with invincibility. Okay. I mean, there are obviously some jokes that don't land. That's, like, to be expected with basically, like, every quote-unquote comedy, like, thing. There's always going to be, like, some, like, jokes you don't find funny. And so I think Wade's sister is, like, the worst character in the history of Nan. When she's, like, supposed to be funny. Although, one thing I will say is I think her existence is supposed to be a reference to, Ugly Sonic is in the Chip and Dale movie? I think Wade's sister's supposed to be a reference to that, which, if true, is, like, super jokes, but I'm not 100% sure if that is the case. But yeah, as I said, overall, like, I genuinely thought the show was perfectly, I was gonna say fine, like, that then sounds like I didn't enjoy it. Like, I did enjoy the show, and I thought for, like, what it is, it's good. Like, I mean, I know, as like, a lot of people are complaining, could they technically have done, like, more with it? Probably. But did they need to? I don't necessarily think so. Because this, like, Sonic movie universe is young. And I think if we start going down a route like the MCU of having, like, a million TV shows and stuff, which also connect to the movies and stuff already, it's just gonna be a bit much. I'm not saying don't do that in, like, a year or two if, if, say, like, obviously the Sonic movie universe gets, like, another 2 movies and is, like, absolutely thriving and is intending to get, like, 50 films. Like, every single game will be, like, adapted eventually, kind of thing. Then, like, sure, start doing, like, I don't know, Sonic Colors as a TV show, or Shadow the Hedgehog as a TV show, or, start doing, like, actually relevant, like, stuff as shows later. But I think for now, we're just kind of doing effectively a side quest as a TV show works. Because I don't think the show needed to be, like, obviously they could have adapted, like, Knuckles Chaotix or, something, I guess, which I wouldn't have minded, but I just thought it was just a nice, fun, goofy little show. So yeah, watch it if you want. I'm not gonna say, like, oh, you absolutely have to, like, see this, right now. It's entirely your choice. If you think it's too goofy and you don't wanna watch it, or you have seen it and again you just didn't vibe with it, that's perfectly fine. Like, everybody's entitled to their own thoughts and opinions, but personally, I liked it. It was about Knuckles, and I did indeed chuckles.